The camera fades in on a shot of Master's carpets from back in the day before they expanded the grounds. On the window of the top floor of the apartment, we see a young Wesley Orion Reginald Masterson III playing with his toys as his father hurries past him. Dad, I thought you said we were going to go into town and get some ice cream for my birthday. I know I said that, Wes, but I just got a call from your grandfather, and he needs me to go down to the factory floor. Something urgent's going on. But that's what you said last year, too. Don't worry, though. I'll make it up to you. I promise. Before Wesley can say anything, his father exits the room and hurries down to the factory floor. Oh, I guess I'll just have another birthday alone. You aren't alone, Wesley. What? Who said that? Father said no one's supposed to be up here during the day. Don't worry, Wesley. I'm your friend. I've been here with you the whole time. My friend? No. Well, then do you want to play with me for my birthday? Oh, Wesley. I'd love nothing more than that. What should I call you? Wesley, you could call me your queen. Wesley follows the mysterious force into the shadows as the words appear across the screen reading, Oddity Roadshow, Episode 5, Worm Penthouse. The camera opens on the three of you, joined by Corinne and Hot Jimmy, as you walk down this hallway. Corinne is taking the lead with Ron coming up back. You're coming down this hallway, and it's been about probably like 5 minutes of walking, and you do come up to a area where it says three-way split in the hallway.
Do I feel anything?
Give me a sensitive check.
So my sensitive is plus weird, so that is
a 9.
Yeah, I think it's a 9.
We're the podcast that knows math.
I gain a hazy impression about something important.
You get a feeling for the one on the left.
Jamie just takes a deep breath. I think we should go left.
Okay, I look at everybody else.
Ron shrugs.
Corinne just looks at you and goes, we could split up to cover more ground.
Isn't that dangerous? Splitting up?
Marlin makes a face like,
It is dangerous, but that is part of hunting monsters. I was talking to Ron about this. Y'all are just here for keys. You can leave, but this is like, we're part of an organization that's actually for hunting monsters. Y'all are with a mechanic shop.
We're the road trippers.
You're the road trippers?
Yeah, we're just trying to go on a road trip.
Ron shrugs.
I mean, that's great, but once again, y'all can stick together if you want to go look for your keys. We can cover ground, but we can give each other our cell phone information so we can stay in touch. We're still looking for Alfred, but if y'all want to stick together and go left, that's fine. Me and Jimmy, and then Corinne points to the middle. She goes, "I'll go down the middle," and Jimmy can take down the right.
You guys are so brave to split up even between the two of you.
Yeah, once again, we are actually here to hunt and take down the monsters that are here. Y'all are just looking for keys, so if we find keys, we'll give them to you.
Is there any signage?
No.
While they're talking, Marlin is kind of looking around.
This is it's not the same white pristine hallways that you saw in R&D. This is more it looks like an underground tunnel. It is safe to be down there. There's doorways and support beams and stuff, but it's not as polished, and there's not directions or anything posted.
Do we want to find keys or kill worms?
I think we can do both.
I like that plan.
Ron shrugs.
Okay, well, bye.
Okay, well, she exchanges cell phone information with all of you. So yeah, y'all go down the left corridor. Hot Jimmy looks over at you, Jamie, and just goes, and we'll get to that party horse later. Don't worry. We're still going to do it.
Okay, yay.
Corinne looks at you and goes, he's talking about doing cocaine with you.
What?
Yeah, he's just heads up. A lot of you seem like you didn't know. He is. Yeah, and Hot Jimmy pulls out like a bag of cocaine.
Jamie has never seen cocaine.
Well, now she has.
So
Write this down. This is a big life
This is
moment.
a big day.
the day I saw cocaine.
Today I saw cocaine.
I thought it was going to be a real horse, like a horse.
I don't do heroin anymore, but we can if you want to.
No.
Don't offer to give Jamie heroin.
Well, I don't
please.
have any on me. I'm saying if you
All
want.
right. Well, I guess we probably better be hitting the old
I look
dusty
at Corinne
trail.
and I'm like, yeah, you guys are really professional. You really have your.
Prince like I don't. Hot Jimmy.
Mm-hmm,
He does his own thing.
Is monster hunting a euphemism for doing drugs?
In a way.
She's very confused.
Wait, in what way?
Anything you do is kind of like a euphemism for doing drugs, right?
Is this Hot Jimmy or Joel speaking?
Oh no, character
You gotta do the
moving
voice. You
on.
gotta do the voice if it's
Yeah.
not Jimmy.
Yeah, you got to do the Joel voice.
No, that was just Joel. We all know that. Yeah. So y'all split up. You exchanged information.
Jamie does not do any drugs.
Yeah, I mean he was out. Once again he didn't. If you wanted to do get on that horse, he didn't have heroin on him. So, but he does have some cocaine.
We've
I
gone
guess
down
we
the
better
left
be getting
tunnel.
along the left tunnel here.
Marlin is extra hyper vigilant.
Because of the cocaine you just did.
Not tonight. No, he's not doing it tonight. He's not doing it tonight. He's to be on his best game. He's keeping an eye on Jamie
Yeah.
to look for any signs of Bird.
Yeah.
Signs of
Yeah.
bird.
What's y'all's marching order as you go down the left since you're splitting up?
Ron's first.
Well, it seems that I'm already first, so here I go.
Are you going end or middle?
Middle.
Okay.
Middle
Jamie
safest.
would follow whatever everybody else wants to do. So
Yeah. And then you're being super vigilant. You're trying to watch out, and then your phone starts to ring, Marlin.
What's the number?
It's old Cobb.
What's the ringtone?
Nobody has ringtones anymore. It just vibrates. We're not fucking monsters here.
Well, I mean, somebody works for.
is Marlin's ringtone a song from the Music Man?
There might be someone in his what do you call it? In his contacts that it would be, but for it's just Cobb, it's just so he picks up. Hey Cobb, you got any updates?
Marlin, thanks for calling me.
I didn't call you.
Oh no.
You're still, what are you up to, Marlin?
Hunting worms.
Okay, good. That's what I was hoping you were for. No, you can't put that there. No, actually, no, you're right. Put it back. That's good. Hey, Marlin. So the worms. I called around. It's pretty interesting what we got going on down there in Dalton, Georgia.
What is it, Cobb? I need to. Oh my God.
Oh, anyways, I had a lot of caramel for breakfast today. So old Cobb was wondering if maybe I could get his little hands on one of those worms for me.
What do you give me?
Well, I got a couple. I always got things to exchange, but here I don't need one of the new worms you got. I want one of the. Give me one of the. If you're
Marlin, is your phone sick?
if you're dealing with my sources have inquired about, there's quite a bit of money to be made from one of the unaltered worms that they're used for the prototypes, or even if you can get me a little. Stop putting your fingers in my mouth. I don't like it. Not when I'm on the phone. Anyways, Ma, if you could please get me one of the original, or if they have a queen worm, oh Marlin, you'll never have to work again in a day in your life until you spend all that money frivolously, and you gotta go back to work like old Cobb.
I don't know if I can get a queen worm. What else?
Well, any if you can find any of the original prototype worms, just unharmed. I need them to be unharmed, Marlin.
How do I transport, like in a jar? Like what the fuck? They
I'm
try
not-
to eat people.
I don't know what I'm not here to tell you how to do the job I'm offering. I'm here to say if you can get me these things. But I will say the more information we found out, it does seem like there's a bad plan going on down in Dalton, Georgia.
Let me put you on speakerphone.
Oh yeah. Oh Cobb, okay. Hey, you got Cobb on the line.
What do you think is going down in Dalton, Cobb?
There's some talks on the forums about how there's maybe a little tomfoolery going down there, and people are telling people to get out of Dalton, Georgia, because there's about to be a takeover.
The takeover?
Yeah, for the worms.
How do we stop it?
Well, I don't know. I didn't ask that. I just, I did find out, though, that the town might be a worm soon. You might want to get out
The
of there.
whole town might be a worm?
No, worms. Multiples.
Swarms?
No, worms.
Worms?
They're all going to be worms soon.
What forum?
You got Cobb here.
What forum is it where they're telling people to leave? Because I feel like we should be on
You ever been on the, what was your name again?
Hi, I'm Jamie.
Jamie. You ever been on, you ever been encrypted backwoods on the dark web?
No.
You ever get on the dark web?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, yeah, I don't want my mouth.
What?
What? No, I was talking to put the fingers right by my mouth. Anyways, you ever get on the dark web?
Is there a language barrier I'm not getting over?
I don't want to. You got Cobb here. I got a little caramel.
Oh, sorry. Hey, Cobb. Ron's
for
on.
breakfast this morning. It's still kind of stuck in my throat.
It is very late in the evening now for breakfast. You spent a long time with
I do
that.
an international breakfast.
That obviously is different than the continental breakfast I'm familiar with.
Yeah. Well, you're Cobb. What do you need? You sound very tall. Have we talked about this?
We have discussed the height, the apparent height of my voice. Yes.
Your height sounds like it's more farther away from the phone than the others.
I mean, I am further. Look, do you know anything?
What are you doing with your body when you die?
I mean, I don't know. I
That's
guess I'd
pretty
be
forward.
Well, I mean, it's a reasonable question. We should consider what will become. I plan to actually. I know there's a place nearby that'll just sort of put you in a shroud and put you under a tree, and that's very, very simple and sort of dignified. And
But you don't Cobb. Hold on, that's all body.
I don't know, Cobb. I feel like I'm using it for a while now.
Just whenever you're done with it.
How much money will you give him?
How much does this tall man want?
I'm not prepared to. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm in the middle of a hallway here I don't really know where it's headed, and I'd like to know if you have anything pertinent that you could offer me besides a sort of a blue book price for my corpse.
Oh, well, yeah. Anyways, the head of Master's Cop is trying to turn the whole town into worms, and he's told everyone they can get out, and just, let everyone know that if they come in there, it's worm territory now in Dalton, Georgia. You probably got to get out of there. He's the bad guy. But also, if you can get the queen, Cobb will pay generously. I'll pay more for the queen than this tall man's body unless you're taller than you sound. Oh, you got Cobb.
Okay, thank you, Cobb. We'll discuss more about Ron's tall body later.
Are you getting
Thank you for the
taller as you're talking?
information.
Because if you got to discuss the height, is it changing?
I
No,
lowered the
I'm
phone as he's talking so that you sound taller. And I look at you like, play along with it.
I turn my head. Yep, I am. Ooh, watch out, Cobb. You better get your price locked in now. And I am also gonna how would you like me to do this? I'd like to investigate a mystery or I want to actually look down the hallway while this shenanigans
read
is
about
started to happen.
situation.
Thank you,
good.
Cobb. Are we done?
Yeah. I mean, you called me Marlin.
I'll try to find worms for you.
Okay, anyways, it's good talking to you. Give me some worms. Just try not to die. Might turn you into little worms. All right, the phone call's done. You can put them back in there.
Hang up.
Marlin, why does your friend want to buy bodies?
He's a really weird guy. He's like a collector. But we should talk about that, Ron. Because it's after you die that he would get it, and he could give you a lot of money, and I could take a.
But he can't
finder's
spend
fee.
it if he's dead.
No, he would get the money before he died. It's just like a pact.
Oh, like in advance?
Like in advance, yeah.
I rolled
We
a
can work
10,
it out.
Joel.
You can work it out ahead of time before you die. Get
Yeah.
at least
Then how do you know he won't just kill him to take his body when he wants it?
Took
I
the
think
words
he
right
wants
out
it-
of my mouth, Jamie.
I think he wants it natural. I feel like that's Cobb's thing.
Yeah, we do a little flashback to Cobb and Marlin drinking, and then Cobb's just like, you want a natural body if you're gonna get them.
Yeah, he would just kill you if he just wanted your body. He wants to he likes his deals.
Suppose so. I mean, well, I guess we do need we might need to get new keys made for the van. I hate to say it. I don't want to.
It won't cost that much.
Well,
You don't have to sell your body.
I mean, I wouldn't have to
Ron.
pay the whole check for the. I could spend. You know what? You're right. This is a little off topic, Marlon. We'll circle back on this later.
I'll
when
be
we've
thinking
got the
about
keys
it.
put together.
You get to
I
ask
rolled-
questions off of the list.
Yeah, I was just waiting for this to wrap up. About
Marlon's trying to figure out how to sound taller, see if he can make a deal about his body.
Stretching.
Stretching.
Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? Seems like a pretty cool one to start with. And what's the best way in?
So the dangers you haven't noticed. The walls, as you're kind of moving forward, are getting more of a greenish kind of hue to it. Not as green as the lady you saw before, but it does kind of seem like we're starting to get in the territory of some of that. And it does seem like the hallway itself is narrowing, which is a problem for Ron.
Well, I am with my exceptionally high read a bad situation score. I noticed that I am beginning to stoop in order to not hit my head on the ceiling.
And it does seem like you kind of just got to keep going forward is like the best way, as you are in just an underground.
Well, I am remaining vigilant so as to be at least some. I don't know. Yeah.
Nothing's gonna get the drop on old tall Ron.
Well, no, because I'm so tall.
Yeah, you
have to get up way high to get the drop on me.
Y'all are going down this hallway, and then Ron, you do stop the other two because you do start to hear some movement ahead.
Sounds like there's some movement ahead.
There's nothing in the hallway you could hide behind.
Ron,
Like boxes. Okay.
like
I mean, that's Marlin's default.
You are in like a single like file kind of like size like corridor going down. So there's nothing. There's
No doors or
There's no
anything?
doors. There's nothing.
Okay.
It's just 'cause like I said, this does seem like a like underground tunnels used for just like quick transportation or that, but nothing like huge. But you just hear some movement ahead.
Oh yeah, hide behind Ron.
Well, as noble as that may be, I am also not supposed to be here.
I also will hide, but I'm also going to get out my cattle prod.
Oh, yeah, great. Are y'all moving forward?
Yes, carefully, and then there's a slight stop, and everyone bumps
Yeah.
into
So
me. and then I
Ron,
keep
you
going.
give me an act under pressure, and I'll give you a +1 since you're alert and ready.
The +1 is because he's tall. We all know it.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine.
That is a 9.
So you are making your way forward. The corridor kind of like gets smaller, and then it does open up into like a larger room. It seems like you're getting back into the very basement of the storage facility. But as you get into that room and like you go through the doors, you see some different worm-infested people. They have like the purple, like veiny skin. You got a partial, so you're very tall as you're coming through this like opening. You do block Marlin and Jamie. They are not alerted by all three of you. Let's say there's 4 in this room. One of them like does turn and see you, and they do like a little shriek at you. As to alert the other 3, but you can tell that like your friends are obscured by your broad form.
Well, I'm going to, having inadvertently become the bait, risk my overalls further and engage these enemies in some kind of combat, manual combat, hand to hand even. I think I want to defend someone, so I'm going to try and like draw attention from my smaller allies. That's an 11. So I will suffer no harm, and all impending danger is now focused on me.
Yeah. So how are you trying to do? Like, what are you trying to actually do?
Well, I guess I'm gonna sort of charge the one that shrieked, right? Or
Yeah.
sort of make myself look big. I don't know. That's
Right.
it.
How do you make yourself look big?
You raise up your arms.
Yeah, if
You'll-
you see a bear.
I know. I just want.
But it's only certain kind
okay.
of bears that you're supposed to do
Yeah.
that for.
I think you wanted me to paint more of a word picture
yeah, I
there.
want it
So
to be
like
fun.
I get I start stomping my legs real big and waving my arms back
I'm
and
behind
forth.
him, trying to keep.
And like when I get past him, just like buy some boxes. I'm like, you guys scurry, go around, get away from this.
Okay, Jamie was
You'll-
trying to help you look big by also putting her arms behind you and like waving them.
Well, that's
But
a big
I will.
help. But I think y'all should try and get around and get away from these folks. I'm gonna.
Are there some crates where we can hide?
Yeah, there's some in here that you can hide under. Okay, great. So Ron, you like rush forward, making your big bear stance. You draw the one that was screaming at you, and you draw the second one that was like closest to you. They're both just like on you. Your poor overalls, Ron. You are taking no damage. As you're like also y'all pretty impressed by how nimble Ron is. Like he's a big man. He's not the quickest, but like he's like dodging.
size.
He's moving around pretty well. But your overalls are getting nicked up. Your hat's still fine because it's so tall above all
Well,
of
it's
them.
a good thing we haven't found the keys yet in my pockets. Oh
yeah,
no.
yeah. Some loose change falls.
Did Ron ever dance? Was he a dancer? Probably. So smooth with his movements.
Ooh.
Very nimble.
So you are like holding them off. So then each of you give me an act under pressure check, and I'll give you a +1 because of Ron's distractions.
I got an 11.
9.
There are some, like I said, you're back in, like, you're in the basement now. There is like some, like, boxes and shit to hide behind. Jamie, like, you cut to the left. Both paths, you got, like, there's just the door on the other side of the room. So you cut to the left and you're able to hide perfectly. Marlin, you cut to the right, and the other two monsters that were there, one of them, like, doesn't see you immediately, but like takes notice because they hear like some of the noise you made. They like alert the other one. So the other two are now like coming towards your area, like trying to investigate around you. Jamie, you're in the clear. You actually, and all of them are distracted. If you wanted to, you can even start making your way towards the door on the other side of the room, but you're completely hidden.
I'll make my way towards the door, but I would not leave.
Great,
my
yeah.
friends.
So yeah, you slowly make your way down towards the other doorway as this is happening. So Marlin, you're like tucked behind this box, and then just like on each side of you like hear like the shuffling of these feet as like they're like looking around, making like these weird little like noises as they're like searching for you. And you hear Ron is still fighting the other two in the center of the room.
I take out my gun. They're gonna fight. Like, there's no way that I feel like there's no way I can get away, right? It's leading to a confrontation. There's no clear.
Yeah. They're trying to get at you.
Yeah, they're coming
trying
close.
to
They
get
heard
you
me.
got.
So I'm gonna shoot them.
Give me a kick some ass roll.
Marlin is so tough.
How tough is he?
Oh, I
shit.
get +0, but that's an 11.
What are the stats on your gun?
1 harm, close, reload, small.
You just get like one of them, you pop off, it just shoots right through their face, and they fall back. And then Marlin like feels pretty good about himself, but then it gets up and it just has a gaping hole in like the side of its face, and it's still coming at you. But you did take out its mouth. This one will not be able to bite you, but it can claw you. So you get like raked across the chest with 2 harm, close poison. So you're now poisoned. And then wait, so you got a full success, right?
Yeah, 11 would
So
be-
yeah, I think you get to pick something else off of you get to exchange blows and an additional.
You suffer less harm.
Okay, great. So you're gonna suffer 1 instead of 2 harm. So pretty much like you shoot him, and like as like you shoot him, like he like claws across your chest, and then you're like, oh, I only did 1 harm, but then you look at it like under like the cut of your shirt, and it does look like there's some like poison in it, like red and purplish, like irritation, like
Sure, it
spreading.
hurts.
Yeah.
Really bad,
It hurts
too.
really bad. It doesn't feel good, I'd say. That's how I would classify this. But you're able to do that. Ron, you do see Marlin has shot one of the other two, and you notice that Marlin has those 2 on him, and there's 2 on you. What are you gonna do? You're gonna stay engaged with those 2, or are you gonna try to help Marlin?
Ron, compelled by seeing his friend in danger, begins to move towards Marlin with pulls a fire extinguisher and pops the pin out with his thumb, and charges towards Marlin.
Hell yeah. So
Noticing that the one that got shot in the head got right up and seemed to have been fine, begins to swinging the fire extinguishers a little more loosely.
Okay,
These are
so
clearly not people. These are some kind of
you're gonna
crazy zombie.
roll to kick some ass.
That's not gonna go great for me. That's a 6, so I'm gonna mark experience.
You pull out the extinguisher to go hit that guy that Marlin just shot, and you like blast him with the fire extinguisher. You get the hit off, and so like Marlin, that monster in front of you, like he's now like slowly, like he was like coming at you, and like he's like starts to slow his attack on you, but Ron, you turned your back on these other 2 monsters that were fighting you, so you get 2 bites in your back, both for 3 harm, and the bites are both toxic and poisonous. So Ron, I'm gonna need you to roll a tough check right now to see how you react to this toxin.
That's pretty fair, because that does in fact harm old Ron.
Yeah, because you have 2 armor, but so you're only gonna take, instead of 6 harm, you take 2 because it's a split between the 2.
9 on the dice, and you said it was a tough check?
Yeah, just a tough.
Then it's +2.
So yeah, so you like feel these bites in your back, and same thing with like for also, like I said, like Marlin, you got like cut with like the claws. The bites are way fucking worse because they also have toxic. So you feel the poison coursing through your veins, and like Ron, you're able to to push through it, but like you feel this toxin as soon as it hits you, like your whole body, like for a second, like seized up. It was trying to like paralyze you after this bite, and like you're able to like to push through, but you now just have like 2 worm zombies on your back, like just trying to claw and bite you up. Marlin, that one in front of you's frozen. There's one behind you. Jamie, you're seeing all this shit going down on the other side of the room. What do you do?
I'm scared for my friends, but I don't know what to do, and I am wondering if I'm under enough pressure for my whatever to kick in, the thing I don't understand.
It does not seem like it's kicking in.
Well, so then I feel bad because I want to help my friends, and they're gonna die. I would look for the next opportunity to help out.
I mean, you can go in and try to attack them because like they're distracted.
I want to say the words cattle prod were earlier said out loud by you, and I want you to remind you to look down at your own hands and see it's in there.
The cattle prod isn't going to kill them, though.
But what is going to kill your friends is that.
But the last time we encountered purple worms, we just threw a forklift at them and ran away.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't figure out how to
That's how I
actually
solved that puzzle.
hurt them. All right, is there a forklift in the room?
Yeah, you scan the room. There is stacks. There's a box that looks like it would fit a forklift completely, and like you pop it open super fast, and it's just like stacks of copying machines.
Damn it.
You should have used read a freight situation.
Okay, yeah, I will try to kick some ass, and I'm closer to the ones that are attacking Marlin, right? Or am I closer to the ones?
They're all kind of cobbled together. I'd say you're close to the ones that are on.
Someone say Cobb?
You're on Cobb here. They're close to the ones that I would say are like attacking Ron on his back. So yeah, so you can roll to kick some ass, and I'll give you a +1 since they are distracted.
9?
So you run over and you like hit one of the ones on Ron's back with the cattle prod, and it immediately like lets go because like it was like had its like fucking teeth in Ron's back, like jaw unclench, it falls down and starts like shaking. And Jamie, you kind of just like keep going and going, just like you're really nervous. And then similar to when you saw before where you froze that guy that was one of the workers, this actually seems to be working faster. The body starts to like cough up, and you see it like choking as this like worm is trying to escape the body as it's getting electrocuted. And you see like a purple worm like protruding out of this man's mouth as the carcass left behind is dead, but the worm is trying to scoot towards you.
And squishing them doesn't work.
Zap it.
Yeah, I'll try to zap it, but how fast is it moving? Like, is it like a...
It's like, you know, it's probably, I'd say it's like 6 inches long, about 3 inches wide. It's a big fucking thing.
Okay,
So, but it's like not like moving super fast. It's still like just like a worm.
Aren't you
You can poke
immune?
it with
Can't
a
you
stick.
eat it? You could eat the gray one, so.
It looks tasty.
Oh no!
Is it making me hungry?
It looks so good.
Oh, Shannon, I thought you were doing a really good job of steering them away from that. For a second.
That was out of character.
Am
Marlin
I-
didn't say that.
Oh, no. for
Am
sure.
I salivating?
Yeah. I mean, as soon as like you weren't salivating when you saw your friends getting attacked, but as soon as you see that little,
Okay, I'm gonna pick it up and bite it in half. Just like take a big old fucking bite out of it.
It's like the grubs in Lion King.
Yeah. You pick it up and you bite it, and it's got. I'll say this more so than the gray worms did before. This one has like a little twang to it, like
Ooh,
a little spice. It feels
kick.
good. And then Marlin, you see over Ron's shoulder that like Jamie is just with a cattle prod in one hand and a worm in the other, just eating one of the worms. Does not seem like she had bird eyes though. She just seems, and also this is the most lucid you've been while eating a worm. Like you, Jamie, are just eating this worm as Jamie.
But we've been at it for a really long time, and I got really hungry, and it looks good. I love worm candy, the gummy worms. So
I'm sorry, I can't really engage with you on this right now. I've got a guy on my shoulder. I'm not trying to. I don't know what's going on over there. I'm just.
So Marlin, what are you doing right now? The one in front of you is frozen. It has the hole in its face, and there's one right behind you. Jamie seems to be helping Ron.
There's one behind me. Is that the one on Ron?
Yeah, because there was 2 on Ron, and then 2 coming like around you.
Oh, I'm gonna try to shoot the one.
Yeah, give me.
I'm gonna try to shoot us in the face again.
that was you shooting the same one.
No, I thought there was another one behind me.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Because I don't want it to be able to bite me. 7.
What is gonna happen is so that one's where you just exchange harm. So you shoot it in the face. You're trying to go, and you get it like in the mouth again. But this one got closer to you, where you get like it claws like your left shoulder, and you're gonna take 2 harm, and this is also poisonous. And so since you've taken 2 poison attacks, I need you to give me a tough check.
9.
You feel the poison starting to course through your vein. You don't take any damage, but your next poison check will be at a -1. As it started to make its way through as you've been poisoned twice.
I'm very
now.
poisoned.
Yeah, you're not feeling great, but you did shoot that guy in the face. Ron, you got 1 on your back. Then there's 2 that have been shot in the face. One's more frozen than the other. Your fire extinguisher. You still got some juice in you still got some cold juice. Patent pending.
Well, with my free arm, I'm gonna try and loosen the one that's on my shoulder, on the other one that's on my shoulder, and try and throw it and.
Oh fuck yeah! I love
yeah.
it. Kick some ass. I'll give you a +1 on top of that, since Jamie's distraction helped.
They let me audit the judo class. I was bad at it. No, that's all right. Actually, that's 9.
So you throw the one on your back into the one that was just shot in the face, and so Marlin, you see them get knocked down in front of you. But what is gonna happen is you're gonna take another bite because its mouth was still on you, and you just ripped it off, and it was trying to pull even harder into you as it just sunk more into you. So you're gonna take another bite for 3 harm, toxic, and poison. And now I need you to give me both a toxic and a poison check. Both tough, and give them separately.
That is an 11.
Okay, so that was for your toxic.
And that is a 9.
You push back through where you don't feel like you're getting paralyzed, but then it does feel like the poison is starting to course through the veins. So similar to Marlin, your next
I know how Marlin feels.
Yeah, your next, as he was
He
I'm
looks
poisoned a
fucked
lot.
up.
You
I
feel
also
that.
I'm also with you there.
Your next poison check will be taken at a -1. And also the mouth is still on you. It's because if you pull off a tick and you don't get the head, it kind of does that. It's there.
So it's like dentures.
Yeah, it's like dentures. It's very funny, but also gross. This show has levels. There's 2 of them, and it's those 2. You do hit them into the other one. It's very funny. Those aren't dead, and then the frozen one, it's slowly. It was just kind of blasted, so it didn't completely froze it. But that one's trying to come at you now, Marlin. What are you doing? It's moving slow enough that you can.
Jamie, zap it.
I would like to try to zap it.
Yeah. Give me another kick some ass, and that'll be tough. And you can add a +1 on top of that because of friendship.
5 + 1 is 6. Sorry.
Can I help? No. Are you gonna zap me? That's pretty funny. Yeah. Jamie, help! Jamie!
And you just run to go zap, and you just zap Marlin.
I take 1 harm.
Yeah, I'll say just 1 harm from that.
How do I? So I'm unstable, right?
Oh yeah, are you unstable now?
I think so. I'm towards dying.
Oh, nice. I love it. We like
I look fucked up.
Yeah, you look you just get because you get electrocuted, so you immediately just tense and fall back on the ground. As you just
I'm bleeding.
Yeah, you just
I'm
shocked
pale.
Marlin.
Jamie's what's wrong with me? I'm sorry. Are we still friends?
We are if you zap. Can you
try? Should I try again?
Yes. I try to shuffle away though.
You don't have to roll for this one. It's moving. It's just now focus on going after Marlin, and you're close enough, and you just zap it a bunch to where the same thing happens, to where it regurgitates a purple worm that's trying to escape the electrocution of the body.
Jamie is gonna make eye contact with Marlin and be like, "I'll protect you," and then take a bite out of the worm.
Marlin, a little worm juice gets on your face.
I'm still working to get the rest of the jaw out of my shoulder, so I, for some reason, also don't see this.
You get that. You get the rest of the jaw on your shoulder. You're able to dispatch the other 2 pretty easily through whatever means. They were knocked down, and they don't have to jump on you. But yeah. So y'all are you survived this round of combat. But Jamie, your friends, even Ron. Is actually on the, I believe, and
I'm almost unstable.
Almost
so
unstable.
My overalls are in tatters.
His overalls in tatters, and you just see there's this kind of yellowish hue around their eyes and mouth right now already, and they look like they're becoming pale. Not full on pale yet, but it's getting there. A little clammy hands.
A little bit of a pallor, you might say.
There's some sweat.
Ron, I thought you couldn't get hurt.
Yeah, well. It seems like a Yeah, I mean, I guess the shoulders will tell you a different story now, won't they?
Did you have caramel for breakfast too?
Oh, God, Lord. No, that would be a horrible breakfast. It'd get stuck. It'd be in your teeth all day. Is there a first aid kit in this anywhere in this room?
You don't feel okay?
I do not. I begin looking for a first aid kit.
Yeah. You're able to find a first aid kit, and you open it up, and there says a note, restock soon, and it's a little winky face. You're all in you're probably fine with you were in the very bottom floor, basement storage of a facility. So but there will be more stuff, but there's not an immediate one in this room.
Marlin's seeing double.
Can we call Corinne?
Sure.
Yeah, no, why don't you do that? I'm gonna scoop up. Marlon, get ready. I'm gonna scoop you up here.
Okay.
I'd run. I know. Come on, buddy. Let's get up.
The hoodie's messed up, actually. Because you had taken off the white suit that had all the blood on it, and then so you were wearing the hoodie.
What part of the hoodie's messed up?
I see. So there's a slash across the chest, and the shoulder also got messed. The left shoulder.
I'm trying to cover up where it's ripped. Stem the blood.
Right, and yeah, let's go see if we can find us some bandages or something. Maybe there's an infirmary in this weird carpet factory.
Yeah, you call Corinne, and the phone just rings.
Well, did you give her your number? I mean, maybe she thinks you're trying to sell her carpet or car insurance or something.
We exchanged numbers. We all exchanged numbers.
Yeah, I remember.
I didn't do anything, right? She wouldn't not answer.
No.
Me?
I'm sure she's also just poisoned and dying.
Oh, that's your first thought, not just something bad happened. You're why did I do to upset her? You also have Hot Jimmy's number.
I'll call Hot Jimmy too.
The phone rings a little bit, and then there's an answer.
Hello?
Hi, Hot Jimmy.
Hello? I can't hear you.
Oh, we need help. I don't know what to do. My friends don't feel good.
Oh, that's crazy. Gotcha. It's Hot Jimmy's voicemail. Leave it at the beep. Beep.
Ah! Sorry, that was loud.
Yeah, so you're just Jamie just desperately calling Corinne and Hot Jimmy
and just leaving messages that
while
sound
you
like
were
that.
looking around in the actual storage facility. You find some old works uniforms and shirts like that.
I immediately changed
So say
shirts.
you can use that to tie off, make little tourniquets, make sure blood stop. You can you can get an old master's carpets.
Did anyone try sucking out the poison?
No, you can
It's too
try
late.
it.
I feel like it's too late now.
If you're already sick, yeah. Okay.
You could try. Well, because I got one on my shoulder too, right?
Yeah, you got slash in the shoulder. The shoulder was the worst hit for you.
Okay.
And then you got cut across the chest. Ron has a bunch of Ron from the front looks still fine, but if you look at Ron's back, it's pretty fucked.
You want to try sucking out the poison out of Ron's back?
I don't want to, but
I
I
don't-
want
You
to
brought
help.
it up.
No,
I know
I'm
that.
I want this poison.
If you get bitten by a snake, that's something you can do.
I believe it's established that it absolutely doesn't work. This is just Paul talking.
I was about to say.
It's absolutely not the advised behavior for if that happens
You can
to
also
you.
pee
but
on things.
I'm just gonna
Jamie will
bandage.
pee on you if you need her to, is what we're saying.
I'm just gonna bandage up my shoulders here and see if we can patch up. Yeah, we'll get some
Well,
these
I
work
was-
shirts on and
I was gonna ask if instead of me physically sucking out the poison, if there was a shop vac around that I could
Like a plunger.
it just a little like a dust buster.
we also
I
don't
could just
advocate
put
for
on
the
his-
practice of cupping. It is not medically sound and has no basis.
Well, this
You
is a
could try
fiction.
bloodletting. You could just try. Let's just.
Oh, we got this case of leeches right here.
Here's the problem. You got a little too much blood in your body. You got good blood and you got bad blood. We're getting the bad blood out. That's where it's all in your hips. That's where the bad blood is. So
Ask
lay
your
out-
doctor
lay on
if a
your side.
fontanelle to remove yellow bile is right for you.
Yeah, we work on humors here. Actually, is how medicine works in this world.
It is a
Turns out
horror
it works.
comedy podcast, but I'm
Well, Marlin
Humor.
sort of moves out of the way.
It feels like the poison's still coursing through your vein. It doesn't feel like it's getting worse and worse. You just feel like shit, but you kind of hit the peak of the shit,
Okay.
which is good. But you don't feel good. It feels like if more poison got in there, it would be bad. You don't want more poison.
That's always how I feel, though.
Yeah. More poison, bad. Less, better. No more, but same poison, okay.
Is this supposed to be Marlin's internal monologue?
Yeah, this is what Marlin's thinking to himself right now.
That's how he thinks.
He's very confused in his head. It's getting a little brain fog from all the poison.
More or less poison, good, bad, cool, good.
Yeah, Marlin's just mumbling to himself, being like, "I'm good."
Wow, did you read this card that was in the first aid kit before saying that? Because it says exactly that
that's
here.
what the old from
That would be.
from 1955. That was the ratings.
That wouldn't be Marlin. That would be me in real life. If I was poisoned, I'd be like, I'm fine.
I'm fine. Oh
I'm good,
God,
I'm fine.
You would die. You would
I
die
would be like,
just
I'm
telling
totally fine.
nobody about it. Like, yeah.
Be like, I'm good. Where's Marlin's? Like,
This
this
preventable
hurts.
thing.
I can see a lot of your veins, Shannon.
I'm
That's...
fine.
They would always like
nothing.
that. I just enjoy it.
I like this actually. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, great. So what are y'all doing? Like I said, you're able to like bandage up and stuff from in the room, but you can continue forward.
Well, I mean,
Let's get it over with.
Are you guys sure? Jamie's really afraid that her friends are about to die.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no anti-venom or whatever back there. There's got to be some up here. I mean, they had an antidote for the worms. I got to have something that fixes this. I mean, somebody...
Yeah, why isn't that working for the poison?
Well, I mean, because it's poison. It's different. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I mean, like, they also didn't get them in my mouth either. That's...
I did.
Did you?
No, she ate him.
Oh, come on.
That's how you kill them.
The taser works. You know
No,
that.
so what happened was, I don't know if you saw, when I hit them with the cattle prod, then the worm came out, and then the worm was going to get in somebody else, so I ate it.
No, thank you, Jamie. Marlon, let's all open this next door and hopefully just something normal happens in
Marlin's
there.
blood is seeping through the work shirt that he put on him.
Oh, you're
He's like,
ruining
yeah.
you're ruining Gerald's work shirt.
Who's going to, what's the order to go in the next room?
I mean, my friend is still fine, so we're gonna do that. I don't know. Well, Jamie, if you want to open the door, you seem to be pretty
Has
good
anyone
at this.
posited the theory that Ron's front is invulnerable, but his back isn't?
Front is fine.
Yeah.
And Ron would be like, my front is fine, and go ahead of
Yeah,
us.
no,
and then
yeah.
we see how awful his back looks, and we're just like, oh my
Yeah, there's just gaping tooth marks in there, and just like
cartilage.
Yeah, it's just terrible.
No, I've got the classic full body bandage that somehow managed like the full wrap thing, but it's like there's a lot of blood seeping through the back.
The classic barrel-chested man bandage.
Yep, you've seen it in a cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah, you make your way into the next room. It does seem like it's just more storage. There's no worms. Eventually, you find your way down to a stairwell leading up. Everything else you see down here, this is like old storage, nothing of use. All the machinery, anything like labeled, looks like, shit was put here probably like far back as like the 80s for the very last time. So there
What
wasn't
is this,
a lot
a
of
case of tab?
there
Oh,
wasn't
my.
a lot of stuff, but you do, as you get to the stairwell, you do, you open the door going up to the stairwell, and you do hear there's some like commotion going on, different screaming. It sounds like both human and, similar to the worm zombies you've heard. But it does, when you look up, this is a stairwell that looks like it goes like all the way up to like the top of this building. It sounds like there's commotion on all the floors.
So it's not like we can't tell if it's Corinne or Hot Jimmy.
No, you can't tell necessarily.
We don't hear anybody yelling about cocaine.
I mean, if
Just
you
Joel.
besides the voice that's in mine and everyone else's heads all the time.
Do I see any jars along the way I could try to put a worm in to sell?
Yeah, there's you
lot of
find
debts.
some old shit that had holding for like materials or shit like that. I don't know. You're in a factory. There's
Something
gotta be
that
jars.
looks safe.
Yeah, there's old factory jars. You know them. You're seeing them in your head right now.
The Walter Mondale election commemorative worm holding jar with
Yeah.
leather strap.
And then we flash back to it's just like, honey, you'll never need whatever Paul just said. He was like, one day I will. I was trying to say it, and I was like, God, I forgot.
The Walter Mondale commemorative worm storage jar and strap.
So it's a jar designed for worms because of the riff.
No, I mean, not necessarily. It's just designed for holding things. It could be for worms, but you've seen a couple different sizes of worms now, and it does look like it could hold one of these.
Okay,
depending.
Jamie.
Yeah?
Even if I pass out, okay, listen to me. I need you to do me as my friend. You need me to do a favor.
Okay.
Next time you zap,
Yeah?
and the worm comes out, right?
Yeah.
Put it in the jar. I want to sell it. Don't eat it.
Isn't that dangerous?
It's extremely dangerous, but I want money.
But then maybe the world becomes worms.
Get a lot of money.
Dune 3.
I'll do it for you as a friend, but I really question the long-term repercussions of this choice.
Marlin's thinking, I never think about that, and I'm fine.
I thought we were here because we don't want a worm world, and now you want to take the worm out and make it somewhere else.
Cobb has a lot of weird shit that's not out taking over the world.
And he's
got a lot of tall bodies. He's very careful when he's not on a bender. He's usually very careful. I mean, he's like he collects a lot of weird stuff, right? Or he like barters.
Yeah. I mean, but he's not like living a good life or smart about things.
Yeah, but come on. Who are we to judge?
Yeah.
Would a bender like too much caramel? When he eats too much caramel?
Jamie, are you that naive?
All right, well, I haven't found a first aid kit in this room, so I'm...
I thought it was horses. That's Jamie's.
A bender is not too much caramel. The Cobb does a lot of drugs. Do whatever. If I pass out, I think it's better for us if we catch the worm. If you feel uncomfortable, I'll just try to...
I'll catch it for you.
If we get a queen, we get a lot of money. But that sounds more dangerous now that you're talking about it. Queen sounds like a bad idea. Even if we get a couple million off of that.
I just don't want anyone else's friends to get hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think this is how factories work. By the exit, you do find a first aid kit that's at like the bottom of the stairwell.
Finally, the OSHA inspector's been through here.
That one is stocked up, and you can each heal 1 harm. You both feel a little better. There's like... you don't know if it's a good idea, but you both just like, there was like iodine shots in there that just said, for multiple use. Once it gets very old.
Whatever, I inject myself with iodine.
It doesn't.
Please don't add us blood scientists or people that know anything about
fiction.
iodine.
It's a fiction.
It's fiction. It's not great for you in the long term, but it helps like neutralize a little bit. Like I said, this is
if you have a flux in your humors, it just knocks that clean through and everything keeps moving again.
Yeah.
You get them back in balance.
Ron, it's actually hard for you because you keep trying to shoot yourself with the shot and it won't go through your skin, so you just have to crack it open and you drink it.
I was going to say, I could inject it into your bite.
I can just squirt it in my mouth. I don't have to crack it open in that case. I can't just
do you want me to?
Yeah, I can't seem to... Ron, can you reach back there?
Who? Marlin. Okay, I thought you said Ron. Okay, yeah, take it.
Marlin.
Ron. They sound too strong. Yeah, I take it. I stab it into your open wound.
It goes into your open wound.
Oh, hold on. You got some more teeth in there. Let me get them out.
Oh, ow.
Yeah, there was 1 tooth still left in there.
Here, just squirt a bunch of this Neosporin in there while you're doing
I
this.
just like grab the tube and claw-handed squirt Neosporin into your open bite wound.
This is a terrible montage.
Yeah, the rep from Neosporin comes out. It's like, never do this. This is not what we said to do with it. We're like, thanks.
Iodine's bad for you. Don't do this. So y'all get a little healed up. What's your plans?
Go up level by level.
Stairs, right? Up seems wise. We can
Yeah.
call them again, but I don't know if Hot Jimmy's going to be partying much.
Should we go up level by level or go to like the top?
Where do we think where we're going? The factory area. Where would it be?
Logically, what this, that this building was the original factory that once it became outdated was converted to like storage, and you were told that there is an apartment where there's like it's a fancy apartment, but like where the family used to live here, so you got to run that ship tight. It was a penthouse probably, so.
Not a bottom penthouse, but a top penthouse.
No. You're in the basement. This world only has basements.
Oh,
so the world.
This is the normal world with worms. But so because if you're trying to like you've been told that it seems like everything's around old Wesley. The apartment would be on the top floor because that would make sense for factories.
Let's stop at each floor and listen to see if we can hear or like peek a little bit, but I do think we should investigate at least a little bit on the way. But
so y'all are in the basement, and let's say the basement's like sub-level 3, and let's say the penthouse, this is like an older building, so like it's on like the 4th floor of the factory. So you get to sub-level 2 and you listen, and then you hear woo! And then you get to sub-level 1.
But hold on.
There's a rodeo.
Do we recognize the yell?
No, it just sounds like people are dying.
Okay, Marlin didn't care.
You get to sub-level 1, you hear, oh, call my family! Oh, yeah, this hurts! Someone help me!
Do I see any spear worms wriggling around?
No, you don't see any
Prototype
worms. Because
worms?
you just kind of like peeking your ear at like through like peeking your ear through the door, like looking. You're just listening in. Yeah, and then you get to like the base floor. There's nothing sounding like it's coming out of like from the first floor. There is some lobby music. There's like a little thing that's still playing, talking about how Master's Carpet was founded back in the day by the original, whatever his name was. And
Webster's Dictionary defines carpet as...
Yeah. It's talking about how Wesley, Orion, and Reginald Masterson the first founded it. And it's just like a little info thing. But each of the floors, it does sound like there's just like lots of people getting murdered and shit. It's not great.
Should we keep going?
I think so. I'm already
we're
poisoned and half dead.
Much as I like helping people out, I don't think we're in much position to do a lot of helping down here.
I think if we can kill the queen or get to the center of it, hopefully it'll...
Yeah, sounds like there's about
five
people that know what's going on here.
You do find other first aid kits, but they're not really equipped to do more than they've already kind of done for you. Like, you've been able to band yourself up. You've stopped the spread of like poison and toxin, but like there's nothing that's really gonna like...
We should still at least one in case we run into...
Yeah, you can say, you can have them for like backups. You found other ones, but it's not like they can't like do too much. And let's see, what...
You can only drink so much iodine.
Yeah, you can only drink so much iodine before it really kicks in.
Are there any signs that say like blank days since the last accident?
Yeah. Well, once you get to the
handprints on them.
to the upper floors, there's a bunch of signs saying please do not drink the iodine, like outdated OSHA certification shit. Ugh, God, we have to have these boards up on every fucking floor. Not the basement though, because that's how buildings work. The lower you go, the further back in time they are.
We're going to the future.
Yeah. So now it's 2036. You're on the top floor. The crimes have been solved. The towns are already
go
worms.
back down one.
Oh no, yeah.
Oh no, fax machines. We've gone too far.
That would be like a fun, like weird horror movie to do, where like every floor you go up is like you're
Going to the future.
That's anyways, at me Hollywood for that half sentence pitch I just gave.
Actually, don't add him. Email him or something. That's weird.
Yeah.
Hollywood just added you collectively.
Yeah.
Hollywood's already in his DMs.
Yeah,
Like,
at Hollywood LA big producer, hit me up. I trust you.
LA big producer 01. No, thank you.
Yeah, no.
Pretender to the throne right there.
The fake check mark.
Yeah, so are y'all just heading like straight up to the penthouse level?
I mean, we're stopping and listening, trying to hear out for our allies.
You don't hear none of the other levels you don't really hear any of your allies, but you make your way up to like the top floor. It doesn't like lead straight into the apartment. It does seem like there is like kind of reception area. It seems like there's some offices up there, and you do see like in the back, kind of it looks like it leads into there. Ron.
Can I help you?
Oh shit, I forgot about this too.
Ron's here.
Two things. First of all, we haven't done this all, but it's still fine because it's still the first arc. Give me your whatever because the Chosen has a thing where you get like a vision.
Yes, there is valuable game words to be read. I am, as it were, Destiny's playthings, and I roll plus weird to see something about my immediate future. This turns out a 7. So now the keeper, that's Joel, will reveal a useful detail. Oh, that's a 10 plus. On a 7 to 9, I get a vague hint.
So Ron, like y'all like walking up, and the upstairs seems also quiet. There doesn't seem like it looks like there was nobody in. Like there's no dead body. Other floors you looked at, dead bodies, blood, all this stuff.
The sound of dead bodies.
Well, I'm saying you looked and heard in, but I'm saying, but you didn't like walk into any of these floors. So it doesn't look like there was anyone even up on this top floor to be murdered. Dusty, cobwebs, there's like some weird dirt all around. But Ron, you just start to hear this like slight faint whisper of a voice just going, help.
Did y'all hear that? No, it's just let's keep on. Let John and Ron start.
Hold on, no, don't do that. Don't say, do y'all hear that?
Well,
I heard
what do you
calling
hear?
for help. It's a little call. It's just a tiny call for help. It's like, and then Ron starts like indicating like when it goes.
Does it sound human?
I mean, help is a pretty human word,
Yeah.
right? It's saying help.
It sounds like a younger adolescent voice.
You know, it's like a younger adolescent style of voice, if that were helpful to describe it. And it's sort of like chirping, like if you needed to change the battery in your adolescent, and they kept it, it would sort of make a help sound.
Excuse me?
That doesn't sound like a normal. No, if I need help, I say help me, please, help. I don't say help.
I don't mean, maybe it's limited in its capacities,
Maybe it's
but
a trap.
Well, yeah, all right, but like we have one place to go. We gotta go to this apartment that's in there. It sounds coming from in there. I'm coming. Hold on.
Give me a weird check.
Oh dear. Well, that's gonna be a 4, so I'm gonna mark more potential because that's the way you get to do cool stuff later for being bad at the game now.
Ron, you like are talking to your two friends, and they kind of just like disappear in front of you.
Marlin, Jane, where'd y'all? Hello?
For flavor text, everything that Ron is saying, y'all can see him saying this and doing this and like walking and interacting, but he's not hearing any words that you say back to him. So we come to Ron, you see yourself in this like apartment building. You're like standing up in the living room and you look over and there's like this little kid watching TV.
All right, well, I mean, I know pretty well. I was just standing in a stairwell with my two friends. And you are not them, and this is not there, so...
And yeah, you're trying to talk to this kid, and it doesn't seem like he's not hearing you. There's no response from him.
Waving his hand, doing the waving the hand in front, snapping.
Yeah, you go in front, you're doing that, he's not watching. He's like transfixed on the television.
I look around the apartment, and then I finding nothing really of interest, sit down next to him and watch television.
You do find something of interest. You find like different pictures of people throughout, and then you find one picture where it looks like Alfred and someone that looks like they would be related to him via a nephew way.
That's our way to say that.
Cousins, I think, or
it's just his,
uncleish.
Does that mean his nephew?
Yeah.
Would be related to him via a nephew way?
Yeah, like his like how like a nephew and an uncle related to each other.
You
like
see like
that.
a picture of a small boy with an older man, but not close enough to be his son.
Yeah. Like they look kind of similar-esque. Like that boy might be the child of his brother or sister.
Does
Joel.
the picture of Alfred, does he have a shirt on that says Funkle?
Yeah, it says Funkle on it. Yeah, they're wearing matching bucket hats.
Are they furry bucket hats or just the regular kind?
Just regular ones. They're like from like a zoo or something.
Okay, not like Jamiroquai.
No.
They're not for furries. Like they don't have little ear holes at the top.
You do, however, see that this is now canon that there are a series of bucket hats in this, and this is clearly Alfred's apartment. So you're sitting there, you're watching TV with this kid who's, almost like a nephew, literally, to...
Almost literally like that.
Almost literally exactly like a nephew. Where they're close, but like not on an everyday basis.
Okay.
Y'all ever had a relation with your niece or nephew? That's what I'm explaining.
You ever
here.
meet someone to get real nephew vibes off of them?
Has your brother or sister ever had a kid? And you're like, fuck yeah, I relate to you, but you're not my daily responsibility.
Yes.
Excellent. Please proceed to question 12.
Yeah, moving on. You passed my nephew riddle of knowing.
What episode is this? And you're trying to make another boy labyrinth? You've made a nephew riddle?
It's my nephew riddle.
This is the gateway.
You know who you remind me of, kids? My brother.
My brother.
But you're smaller.
Like seems like somebody else might have been involved.
My brother and his wife.
It's like you took two parts of two people I know, put them together, and then you got anxiety.
Joel's eyes are wet. He's like crying, laughing.
This is so funny to me. I'm just a real good uncle, and I love it. I love Uncle Time. Anyway, so you see, this is really bad to the setup because the part where you see smoke.
It was creepy, and now it's just like.
And now it's like, who is this child?
It's
that is
just
like a nephew.
He's someone's nephew.
He's someone.
Alfred's nephew.
A lot of people are someone's nephew.
A lot of people are somebody's nephew. Okay.
People forget that. We talk about issues, and a lot of people are somebody's nephew. Okay?
Next time you're mean to somebody, you think to yourself, they could be someone's nephew or niece.
Look.
And you think about that.
Oh my God, Joel.
Your brother.
Your face is
probably
red.
won't read your Facebook posts about, but your nephew
Your
might.
nephew might.
Your nephew might.
Yeah, think about
And
that.
your nephew like, that's fucking rad. that my uncle sleeps on a mattress on the floor and drinks 30 beers a day. That's what you can think. Uncles and aunts are weird because like their bad lives are like cool until you get old enough to be like, oh shit, that's sad. Like I thought my uncle was so cool growing up, and then I grew up and I was like, oh fuck, man, you're like outrageously depressed and need to solve your problems. So anyways, so he's like an uncle to this nephew of his. And now they're really, it's
weird that there's no pictures of the brother or father.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you can put it together, because there's other pictures and you're like, they look like those two people, but there's more pictures of Alfred. It's deduction. Try it out sometime, people. Anyway, so this really got away from me. I was going to say that you start seeing like the apartment building up with smoke because whenever this kid dies, because we already knew that because he's a ghost. And then it just really got away from me. So apologies to just really shitting on this kid's death. But yeah, so you're seeing the apartment fill up with smoke. That's what's going on now.
Well, looks like this is, I remember this story. Hey, kid, y'all, you a memory or what? And I try and touch the kid and like.
Yeah, you like your hand just goes through him, and then like he like notices something, he turns around, and the smoke detector's going off, and he goes, ugh, and he just like grabs a chair, takes the batteries out, and throws them up, and puts it back, and then goes back down and watching his cartoons.
Well, I can see how this went. I see how this happened. All right. Well, where are you? You're not. This isn't happening. Where is Alfred?
Yeah, and then you hear from outside of the.
Where is the uncle type person that might be associated with you? A nephew vibes kind of kid.
You start to hear the help, but you hear it from outside of the apartment that you're in.
Well, I guess I better go look for that. I tried the.
We cut back to y'all are in like the little lobby area where there's like the offices, and Ron, once again, you've been hearing Ron say all these things. Ron doesn't understand what uncles are, apparently. We'll say that's what a lot of what we've been hearing is him trying to put together the relationship of an uncle and a nephew. But you do see that like Ron is now just like walking forward, and he's walking towards a door in the back room and just like going to open it. But once again, he's not responding to anything you're saying or doing.
Run. What do we do?
It's weird that the paint in this place is all peely and like this odd color and sort of smoky. I feel like this whole apartment's displaced in time.
On the shoulder, that's not.
Yeah,
not directly in his wounds.
Yeah, you tap him, and it does not seem like it doesn't even seem like he's like reacting to it at all. Like
more blood does appear on the bandage.
Should we? I mean, I feel like I would try to physically restrain him, but can't because he's so big and tall.
I mean, maybe he's in tune with something.
Or, it could be a trap, too.
Yeah.
Jamie gets out her cattle prod.
I get out my gun.
The hand moves closer to the handle.
I'm gonna let him do it. I don't want to fight him on it.
You open the door of the apartment, going outside of the apartment building, and you do see you're on like an outside balcony. This leads to like an outside courtyard area that you can see in the center of. You do see that there's like it's just on fire. It's not great.
Well, I mean, I suppose I'd try and we call it read a bad situation because I'm trying to trace down my help chirp here if that's still happening.
Yeah, the help chirp's still happening, and you don't have to roll for anything because you're kind of just walking towards it. And what's really hard and unsettling for Ron is that you are seeing people like try to escape their apartments and there's fire, and you like are trying to help people as you like to do. You're a helpful man.
Well, you see people who are on fire and you try and help them. It's a normal human response.
But you can, and like you're hearing their screams.
Like the third time my arms passed through them, I was like, oh, right.
Because what we see on the other side is like we've opened this door into like this next area of rooms. It's a bunch of smaller offices, like cubicle offices. And you see like Ron, he's so big, he's just like grabbing whole cubicle walls and like picking them up and like screaming about like trying to help people and like that he can like save them.
Does Ron hate cubicles?
Canonically, yes, but that's not what this is actually about. You're right.
I think. What do his eyes look like?
It doesn't really seem to be like anything different from them. It does because there's times like where he's like talking to things and looking forward. It looks like he's just looking past and through everything y'all are seeing, but it doesn't like look like there's like any glaze to them.
Because this floor was really silent, right?
Yeah.
Is his commotion?
It is
worms.
It is making noise, but it doesn't seem like anything's like coming out right now.
Well, I close the door behind me and lock it.
Okay.
I just keep following him, I guess. He seems to be experiencing something.
Oh, right. I can't touch any of these people. I guess I'm going to have to walk past them.
Marlin, I need to ask something, and I want you to know that I don't want to do it. Should I hit him with the cattle prod?
Not yet.
Okay.
I think if he becomes a danger to us or others, or to himself, Yes.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of weird stuff in my life. I've had a lot of
Today,
weird
shit.
experiences. Yeah, today. I feel
saw
like for
cocaine.
now, a lot of people have seen cocaine, Jamie. That's a pretty common thing. Did
What?
you go like at any of the parties at college?
No, I've never been to a
At
party.
Dalton State. Oh,
They look fun on movies.
there's a lot of the time there's cocaine, and they're not as fun as you would think they would be.
No.
Some people at this table will beg to differ on that fact, but
Did no one else go to Dare? Did you guys have that at your school?
I did have dare, and in the background, Ron is like yelling about fire and all this stuff. I did have dare at my school.
Yeah, so you're not supposed to do the drugs.
Yeah, but I mean, you can do drugs sometimes. They're fun sometimes, just not cooked out frat parties.
Whoa, okay. I didn't know any of this. Anyways,
Let's have this conversation later.
yeah, I have a lot of questions.
I will be happy to talk to you about drugs, Jamie. Especially if you help me catch a worm.
Well, I don't.
He gives a shaky thumbs up. He's still like covered in blood and like fucked up. Because we could buy a lot of drugs if we...
I don't think I want to. I just have questions.
Okay. I'll answer your questions.
Okay.
Ron's punching holes in the wall.
Don't breathe in the smoke from the lawn furniture. It's extremely toxic.
Did Ron do drugs?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he's like possessed or seeing some kind of... He's talking about smoke and fire.
Yeah.
It's like Alfred's thing.
I am possessed by a powerful urge to save people from this fire and locate that help sound I keep hearing.
Just follow him. I'm looking around. Is there any like files I could steal or like anything interesting?
So everything here, nothing really seems of particular use. Like I said, it seems like no one's been here for months. It does seem like any old paperwork was just like some really basic memos. It does seem like you're getting closer to the actual apartment. But what you are noticing though, the further you're going in, it seems more decrepit. There's a lot of like, once again, dirt just covering everywhere. It's kind of gross in here. You do see Ron is now punching through these walls on the so like the door you walked in on, it's the opposite side of that, and Ron is punching holes in the walls, and you start to see as he's punching through, there's like a green coloring inside of the walls that he's punching into, similar to the carcass walls you saw earlier.
I get up closer. Does it look like he's gonna get hurt?
He's punching, and right now, like, he's punching through, and it looks like there's burning happening on his skin that's like burning up his sleeves a little bit, but it's not affecting his skin.
Okay, keep the cattle prod out
Okay.
in case it's bad, but I think we're okay for now.
Okay. I don't think Ron's okay.
I don't think me or Ron are okay.
So we
I
cut
think
over
you're
to
fine.
Ron. You have like made your way down. You're hearing the help like faster and faster, more and more. You don't see where the voice is coming from, but you do see at the bottom of a pool is an old man floating. He looks like he might have a nephew.
I'm getting real uncle vibes from this guy, and I jump in the pool to save him. That man might be some father's brother.
He can kill me. My siblings have kids. Who would they see every few months?
Think of the fulfillment that I might rob them of.
Hey, this is Joel. We made a lot of fun and jokes today, but I want to let you know
Uncles are very real.
uncles are real. This might be his
There might be an uncle in this room.
Yeah, there might be. You might even know an uncle.
Look to your left. Look to your right. If you don't see an uncle, maybe it's you. Ever think about that?
Fuck, God, that's good. That's good. It goes down smooth every time. My uncle belly's full.
It's weird.
Well, I'm just an uncle with a belly. That's it.
I mean,
I thought you had a baby boy belly.
No, I've grown. It's grown. I used to have a little baby boy belly. Now it's an uncle belly.
Yeah, that's part of growing up is you have a baby boy belly and then your brother has kids and then you...
It's time to grow up. Gotta get some more cultures in there.
You just like evolve like Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's in the Bible, right? Like, and then I put away childish things because I knew it was time to be an uncle. When I was a nephew, I liked nephew things.
I don't fucking know why this got me so good with it.
It's relatable stuff because you also
you-
have uncle vibes. I don't know if you know this.
You jump down in the pool and you're like fucking saving Alfred, and it looks way cooler than I'm describing it. It's like dramatic and shit.
Well, you can just use words, Joel.
No, I can't, because they're all gonna be uncle related.
Does he have a bucket hat on?
Yeah, yeah, he's got a bucket hat on. It looks good. This one, and it's I don't know what it's
I
from.
just want you guys to know he had on a driver's cap when we saw him.
This is back in the day though. This is like.
It's actually a finalist for best uncle bucket
Yeah, because
hat.
this is back, because like Alf, this is back at the apartment complex when everyone died at. So this is maybe that's why he's not wearing bucket hats anymore.
What are we seeing?
It's mournful. He hung up his bucket hat.
I believe we saw Ron just belly flop onto the
So
floor.
pretty much what happened is Ron is like full arms like reached into like this wall and like looks like he's grasped onto something and is like trying to like pull it out. Is what y'all are seeing. You can't see what it is, but like both of his arms are like fully in the wall, and it does look like he's getting like some very small cuts and abrasions even on his very sturdy skin, because like the like there's like an acidic juice coming out of the green walls.
Citrus or some other?
Yeah, it's just it's very spicy orange juice.
But it's green?
No. It's because like whenever you saw the like the green carcass wall of the woman, like parts of it, like whenever Corinne cut it open with the scalpel, you did see the blood is like acidic, like kind of like xenomorph alien style. So that's not like ruining Ron's arms, but you do see like he's trying to like pull something out of the other side of the wall, but it's like kind of stuck. Ron, you're trying to pick up this man in the pool.
Truly,
and, like,
the weight of being an uncle is so great.
Yeah, his
The famous density of uncles.
the uncles are super dense. Actually, it goes uncles and then black holes. That's the density chart we're working on here. So you're trying to pull them up out of the water, but you're like struggling to get them out. You're not like like the pool itself is like 6 feet. You can stand up in it, like, and so you're not like drowning or anything. Also, it's not affecting you, but you can't seem to like pull them out. But that's what y'all see is like Ron trying to like pull something out of this wall.
I want to try to help him. I'm pretty useless. Kind of wrap my arms around his waist and try to pull.
What's this negative self-talk here, Marlin?
I'm like injured and fucked up, and my tough is 0.
Well, can we go to the other side of the wall and see what he's trying to pull?
Yeah, because there's a door on that wall that you could like walk through.
Jamie would do that. I want to walk through the door, see what he's trying to pull out.
Hell yeah. So you walk through and you're trying to like look, and like the whole room is like super dim, super dark. There's only like a little bit of light coming through the doorway. You turn to your left and all you can kind of see is like this sheen of it just seems like very wet, like dripping walls. As you kind of like look closer, and the closest thing you notice like that's in a bit of the light cascading from the doorways, you see like skull and bones kind of like cascaded across the actual wall, looking like webbed and cocooned.
Does it seem like if I were to zap the cocoon, would it like electrocute Ron?
Because you don't, so what you see, not next to the door, but close to the corner on this is like where Ron's arms are like reaching around, where you can see like the bits of light coming through to where you can see Ron's arms, but you can't see what it is. But the walls do not necessarily look like similar to the one that you saw. These just look like tons and tons of dead bodies and bones, like, or dozens, not tons. That's too many dead bodies. Cut it back.
Depends on if they're uncles and they're dense.
That's the thing. There are a couple.
It's
aunts
only
and
like 3 uncles.
There's a couple
really.
aunts and uncles in there, but they really try to avoid that because they don't want to upset the ecosystem that bad. There's a finite amount of aunts and uncles. That's what a lot of people don't want to talk about. Global warming, big problem. Aunts and uncles are maybe dying. They could be.
Everyone is someone's child, but not everyone is someone's
Exactly.
uncle.
So
It's more special.
It takes something particular, yeah. Okay, so like
What do you see?
There's like a cocoon, it's gelatinous, gross, wet, and all these bones, and I can see Ron's arms reaching for something, but I can't see what he's reaching for.
I'm hoping it's a still alive person that we're saving.
Jamie, give me an act under pressure check.
8.
If you felt something grasp onto your legs, would you try to run away or would you try to fight it?
I have my cattle prod out,
Yeah.
so I think I would try to zap it.
Give me a kick some ass roll, and you're going to take a -1 because you got surprised.
The 6.
There's no light in this room. The only light that's coming in is like from like the doorway, so it's only going out like so far that like Jamie's standing in it. You can see Jamie in it. You don't see what grabs Jamie, but you just hear something like reach out as like Jamie gets pulled down from her leg, so she like falls down the ground, and so you start getting pulled back, and she's screaming, trying to cattle prod.
Ah!
And Jamie, you hit yourself with the cattle prod. So you're gonna take one harm, and Marlin, you see Jamie just get pulled off into the darkness of the room.
I run in to try to. I take my phone and I turn the flashlight on, and I like throw it on the floor, and I'm like trying to grab her.
So you give me an act under pressure check, and I'm also, and then you're gonna take a -2 to this.
7?
Would you rather protect yourself or protect Jamie?
Oh no.
We all already know the answer to that.
No, it's Jamie. All
I don't know.
right.
Okay. This early on, Marlin would protect himself. If I'm playing the actual character, I need to play in character.
So you like are running after Jamie. You see her just like get pulled right out of the light of the doorway. She's screaming. And then you like run in there, turn on your light, and like are trying to like shine it, and you just stop dead in your tracks as you see covering every inch of this room is just slithering with all 3 different types of worms. The walls are cascaded with the carcasses of recently deceased and long dead people. There's dirt all over. Standing on the other side of this room, this decrepit, older looking man in just like a tethered suit staring at you as like Jamie's being like pulled towards him underneath like the desk that's in front of him as she's like getting pulled out of your sight. And like Marlin, you just like stop dead in your tracks, because if you would have went any further, you just see like all of these oozing bodies with like green acidic pus and bile coming out, where like Jamie, like even like parts of her like arms are like burns and sins as she gets like pulled over it. As you just find yourself in the middle of this room, more light shines in on this older looking figure as Ron falls back and has snapped himself out of it as he's like now holding Alfred, who was cocooned up in this room, and Ron is on the other side of the room. And Ron, you look over and the door slams shut. Oddity Roadshow is an actual play podcast using the Monster of the Week system.
I'm Paul Byron, and I played Ron the Chosen.
I'm Allison Maier, and I played Jamie the Monstrous.
I'm Shannon Strucci, and I played Marlin the Crooked.
And I've been your GM, Joel Ruiz. Music by People Need Goals, Zach Nichols, and Sarashu, with character art by Christina Marina and episode art by Sarah Gobble. For additional information, please visit our website at oddityroadshow.com. And thank you so much for listening to episode 5, Worm Penthouse, the penultimate episode of Arc 1, The Mystery of the Lost Keys. So next episode, we will be wrapping up this arc. And if you're thinking, ooh, I love this show, it'd be great to hear more about it. It'd be great to hear how they made it. What are their little thoughts about it? You know, all these other things that you could be asking yourself about the content you enjoy. Well, you're in luck. You're in luck there. If you got $5 a month, you can head over to our Patreon, patreon.com/Oddity Roadshow, and check out our Patreon at the $5 a month level. You get access to Oddity Post Show. It's an exclusive after talk show that we do after every recording of each episode. So you'll find little deep dives, you know, about the cast and characters, inspiration that me, the GM, you know, kind of, pulled from to make all this weird grossness, and also just a lot of weird random and name shit. We're all hyped up after recording. It's a lot of fun. If you're wondering, ooh, what would that sound like? Well, I got a little clip for you.
He feels bad. He does feel guilt sometimes. He likes Jamie, but he protected himself over her, and it didn't really do anything.
Jamie is very concerned about the world.
It's true. There's no reason to like approach me and like make me kind of aware of the whole thing.
Like I said, that is exclusive to our Patreon, so go subscribe at the $5 a month level. If you got a couple extra bucks you want to throw us and you want to hear the episodes early, Go at the $10 a month level. That's the Cobb's Corner, and you can get access to every episode early. We drop them the Wednesday after the new releases, so you can know what's happening. You can get your fan art ready, and it's just a good way to support the show. You can go check out our website, oddityroadshow.com. We got a great getting started guide up there. It's really handy for those that are trying to get their friends into the show so they can understand the weird shit that you're saying because you listen to this show. And speaking of weird shit people said about this show, this is probably the last episode I'm going to be reading reviews on. We're still getting some, but I just had one that I wanted to read because it was so good. Please go review us on iTunes, Podchaser, whatever you want. But I want to read this one from Stobert87, and with the title of Yummy Yummy Worms. Wow. These worms are delicious. The best part is they jump right into your mouth. No work required on your part. Whatever you do, don't listen to the haters who might say stuff like, don't eat the worms, or, that guy's literally vomiting his guts out, or the worms are attacking, stuff like that. Those are just people who are trying to keep these yummy, yummy worms all to themselves. So thank you for that review. I was kind of planning on stopping reading the reviews last episode. This one definitely stuck out to me for how weird it is. So thank you so much. To everyone else, please still go write reviews for us. Even if I don't read them on this show, I guarantee you we are all hearing them and thinking, oh my God, this is so fun. Anything we get like that, tweets, reviews, fan arts, we got a little private Discord that we all flip out over. Speaking of Discord, it's not the private one that we use for the show, but we do have a public one. I'm in it. If you want to talk to me, Joel, I'm pretty active in there now. Paul's in there too. Allison and Shannon, not so much, but you can still tweet at them, say good things at Twitter So Live, that is. But you got a Discord you can go check out in the show links. There's a link in every episode. Talk about the show, talk about gaming stuff, share pet pics, all the fun stuff you do in Discords. You can go check that out. If you like the show and you want to wear a t-shirt, well, we got a special t-shirt that we made just for this episode from Sarah Gobble, who did all of our episode art. She did a little Cobb shirt talking about, what you're going to do with your body when you're dead. That's going to be on sale right now when this episode drops, episode 5, on our Bonfire account. So you'll see a link in this episode too. It will be a limited time sale, only up for 21 days after this episode. So hopefully you listen to it right as it dropped or within that first week or so, because it will not be on sale again. So go grab that. The show's been going great. Like I said, this is the penultimate episode. We got one more episode before this arc wraps up, and then we'll be moving on to our first guest episode, which is going to be a fun little interlude episode, but we'll get to that in episode 7. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but thank you so much for the great opening and following that we've had for the show. Everyone's been very nice and supportive. We've had a lot of great things and really excited to see where it's going and excited for y'all to see what's coming down the pipeline after Arc 1. We're really finding a good footing for the show, and it gets really weird. So once again, thank you for listening to episode 5, Worm Penthouse, and come back in a few weeks for episode 6, Friend of the Trail. Alfred is sitting in his armchair, gleefully looking at his collection of hats as the phone begins to ring. Hello?
Okay, Alfred, I'm coming to drop off your nephew, and you have to promise me everything's going to be okay. I can't have something happen like last time.
I would never let anything happen to my nephew. I love him so much. Not like my shithead grandson. Grandpa, I'm still here, right? I actually didn't. I thought your mom already picked you up.
Oh my God, did you really forget that he was there too? Are you sure you're going to be able to handle both your grandson and your nephew today?
Yes, of course I can. What's the worst thing that can happen?
Okay, just promise me you won't let them play with matches again.